Movie buffs, welcome back to the Movie Bay. This is D. In today's video, we're going to take a look at everything in my collection from Danny Glover. So without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at some cool films starring Danny Glover. And we're going to start this thing off with The Royal Tenenbaums. What a fantastic movie. What a great cast. So much talent in this movie. Danny Glover, Gene Hackman, Angelica Houston, Bill Murray, Gwyneth Paltrow, Ben Stiller, Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson. What a movie. This is a really great movie. I enjoyed that one a lot. Manderley, The Prince of Egypt, fantastic voice work, great story. This is a banger. Night Train, this was a solid movie. Been in my collection for a while. It was a good movie. It was alright. Here's one that's really fun, starring Jack Black and Mos Def. This is a movie that I always recommend to people. If you're looking for something fun, different, you know, that the whole family can sit down and enjoy, this is a good movie. It's called Be Kind, Rewind. It really is a fun little movie. It really is. I really did enjoy Danny Glover's performance in this movie. It's one of the few times that he plays a really nasty hombre, and he did a fantastic job. And it's called Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. What a decent movie this was. The ending was just, mwah. I love the ending. The ending to this movie made the whole movie to me. Great movie right there, Shooter. And this is the Predator franchise for the most part. We're talking about Predator 2, starring Danny Glover. 2012. Saw. He was in Saw. He was in a couple of Saw movies. I think Saw, if I'm not mistaken, he was in Saw either 1 or 2, and I think like 7. If memory served me correctly. The Color Purple, he played the role of Mr. Not a nice man in this movie. Jumanji, The Next Level. Rage with Cage. The Lethal Weapon franchise. This is the franchise that really blew Glover up. Like really, blew him up. This is a really good movie here. This movie was an independent film. Fantastic movie starring Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors did such an amazing job in this movie. This is a really good movie. It's called The Last Black Man in San Francisco. A fantastic watch. Pity that Jonathan Majors is going through what he's going through, because I really feel like we're not going to get a lot of films that we could have got from this guy. He is an amazing actor. And it's just too bad that I do believe his time is pretty much done. Maybe there might be a path for redemption for him later on down the road, but I doubt it. I seriously doubt there's a path for redemption for him, and it's a shame. Proud Mary, starring Taraji P. Henson. She did a good job in this movie. When I first saw this movie, and I said, well, wait a minute, Taraji in an action movie and she's the lead in it? I had my doubts, but it was actually pretty good. This movie came highly recommended by Neil. He spoke highly of this movie. And generally, when Neil speaks highly of a movie, if I come across the movie, I will definitely pick it up based off of Neil's recommendation, because Neil is probably the most knowledgeable person I know about movies. Probably. Him, and there's a few guys in the BlueTube community that I really respect their knowledge of films. There's a lot of people who's got knowledge of films. I got knowledge of films. But some people got knowledge of films that is just far past mine. And I can think of a few. Neil over at Neil's Movie Channel. Fantastic knowledge of film. Tim Talk Talkies. His knowledge of film is just amazing. His collection is amazing. Not just film, but collectibles, figures, posters, books. Tim Talk Talkies, he's the total package. Basement Blues. The guy over at Basement Blues, his collection is phenomenal. Miranda, she has a large collection. Very knowledgeable about films. There's just a lot of people in the BlueTube community that I follow who are very knowledgeable about films, more so than myself. I'm knowledgeable, but I would never pretend to be the most knowledgeable guy about films. I watch a lot, but I just don't hold a lot of it. I watch it and I just move on to the next movie. Anyway, Honey Dripper, banging movie. It's about a struggling club called the Honey Dripper. Danny Glover and Charles S. Dutton are the proprietors of this club, and they're trying to save it. Good movie. And we got one more. We got Scott Eastwood and Walton Goggins in Diablo. Pretty decent Western flick. You know, I'm not sold on Scott Eastwood as an actor like I am his dad. Now, I get his dad been doing it for a long time, but I'm just not sold on him. And for me, I'm going to rant alert. You guys know how I do. A lot of the kids who come out, who carry the and a lot of times it's the dad. So I'm not trying to be saying the females don't have offsprings to get in the movies, but a lot of the ones that pop into my head is males. They're the offspring of famous male actors. So I think about Scott Eastwood. He's walking in the footsteps of his dad. And I just don't see the talent level there with Scott Eastwood. He's not a terrible actor. I just don't see it. And there's quite a few of them. Another one comes to mind, Kiefer Sutherland. Now, he's not a bad actor at all. Kiefer Sutherland is a good actor, but he pales in comparison to Donald Sutherland. And again, I don't think these guys are trying to be better than their dads, but Scott Eastwood is just not there. I know he's trying, but it's just not there. This movie was pretty solid. His performance in this was okay, but he's not there. And that's everything with Danny Glover. Let's rewind this so we can move on to the next one. Diablo. Again, if you like Scott Eastwood, drop a line in the comments. If you think he's a really good actor, you might. I don't think he's horrible, but he's just not there yet. And he's been doing it for a little bit now. Honey Dripper. Thanks, Neil, for the recommendation. Proud Mary. He was a bad guy in that one. A semi-bad guy. The Last Black Man in San Francisco. This is a good movie. If you can come across this one, check it out. The Lethal Weapons series, 1 through 4. Rage with Cage. I heard buzzing of another Lethal Weapon. Don't. Hollywood, just don't. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. A lot of the fans are already a little hot with you over 4 all these years later. Just leave it alone. Jumanji: The Next Level. I thought 4 was okay, but 4 was just, they took it in a direction it really did not need to go. The Color Purple. Saw. He was in a couple of these, 2 of these. Don't know which one's right off the muscle. 2012. Predator 2. Shooter. Be Kind, Rewind. Night Train. The Prince of Egypt. Mandalay. The Royal Tenenbaums. So that's everything that I have in my collection starring Danny Glover. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. We're getting ready to do the next one right now. As you guys notice, when I do these, I do 2 at a time. I do them back to back. So right now we're going to move into Walton Goggins. See you in the next one.